What's up guys, this is Chris here, and today I'm actually doing my first video in over a month, so I might be a little bit rusty, but in order to get me back in the swing of things, we have a pretty impressive pistol to shoot for you guys today. I'm very excited that it is the first gun I'll be shooting in a month. I actually haven't taken this long off ever, because technically my wife and I have never actually taken a vacation until recently. That's a different video, however, and today we're going to be talking about John Wick's new pistol. The Ballerina just came out, and John Wick obviously is a major part of that movie, and it is in the John Wick franchise. We did the Ballerina gun last month, but you guys wanted John Wick's gun, his brand new gun, his brand new Viper, so we have one here for you, thanks to Terran Tactical. Now, this guy is pretty freaking awesome in my personal opinion. You guys know I'm a 1911 fan, so I love shooting all of the 1911s, but particularly the expensive super go fast 1911s, in which case this one 100% is. It is sort of a carry version of the Pit Viper or Sand Viper with a couple of different features. So first off, we have what looks to be a 4.5-inch barrel. I don't have the exact specs because this gun actually isn't released yet, and we actually are the first person ever to shoot one of these, I believe. Now we have some slide serrations on the top here. We have an island barrel as opposed to the comp, and the reason for that is because a lot of people don't like compensators up and close, and a lot of times it's better not to have one. On top of that, this is actually going to be legal for carry optics as well, so it's a pretty good option. We have a Picatinny rail down below, which we have a Surefire X300 on. We have Terran Tactical's classic extremely low mounting system for the RMR HD, as you see here, and this is one of my personal favorite optics and my favorite optic for serious use. Pretty sure you could run an SRO on there as well, but the way Terran sent me this, he sent me this with the RMR HD, and sometimes these optic cuts are so low that only fits one optic, so I'm not actually sure. Pretty sure you can put an SRO in there, but I might be wrong as well. Good serrations on the back. We have their copper color on the barrel. The gun is as slick as you could ever imagine, and it has that classic Terran Tactical 3-pound trigger. Very, very cool. Polymer grip, their polymer grip that they do, which is my personal favorite grip on the market. Very aggressive texture, but still lightweight, and you get that polymer flex. Great for transitions, great for making the gun a little bit lighter, but not increasing the recoil. This one has a hair different style than the other firearms that we've shot recently, and I'm pretty excited to try this guy out. The beveled magwell comes with 4 magazines with your TTI base plates on them, and they are 20 rounds each. Now, I think this is a good successor to the John Wick series, and I think this is a great choice for John Wick's most recent gun. Arguably an even better choice than the Pit Viper, because this guy has a freaking optic. I think this is the first John Wick gun where you can actually have an optic on it. However, John obviously doesn't run an optic in the movies because he doesn't need one. All right, let's go down and shoot this on the range and put some rounds through it, and I'll let you know what I think as we go. Smooth shooting. Like this.
Someone's having fun today.
I haven't shot in a while. That'll work.
Oh, I
was getting into my groove at the end.
Yeah, you were.
Man, this thing does shoot really smooth, doesn't it?
That thing's dope. I suck. I haven't shot left-handed in a long time.
It's your first day back.
Gotta warm up a little bit. Nice job. I just wanted to show you a little close-up features of the gun, give you a little ASMR, and show you how awesome this pistol actually is. Now, it's very, very hot, so if you see me kind of timidly grabbing it, it's because it's like 90-some degrees out here, and we just shot like 300 rounds through it in a row. So it's very, very hot. We have a steel frame on the bottom. We have a very, very cool rose gold coating on the barrel and the slide, so everything's very, very slick. The island barrel cut is done super well, and if you're wondering, that is to keep a lot of mass on top of the barrel and decrease the mass going back and forth. Now, the old school mentality was to keep the sight so it tracks, but I mean, you don't really need that. You just need the weight. Now, the slide cuts are awesome. The barrel is pretty awesome as well. Picatinny rail works very well, but we have the X300 on there right now. Let me show you the 3-pound trigger on this guy. Very, very nice. Show you the reset. Very fast, very light, as you can see from the shooting so far. Now, one of my favorite things about the Terran Tacticals versus some other high-quality 2011 brands is the cool factor of being in the John Wick movies. This is obviously Wick's sidearm for the ballerina, but the main thing I like is actually their grip itself. Some people don't like the polymer grip, but I really, really do. It grips really well. It makes the gun very lightweight, but it still gives it a little bit of polymer flex, so if you shoot 300 to 500 rounds in a day, you don't get the reverberations of that aluminum grip, which I personally don't like as much. Now, it also has the classic grip, which some people like, some people don't, but I actually prefer the classic 1911 grip since that's what I've shot the most, and it just feels so good to me. Not bad at all.
It's pretty sweet, man.
A lot better than I expected for a little tiny little carry gun.
Right.
It shoots like a full-size gun for sure.
Right.
All right, well, that went, I honestly think, as expected. I think this is like our 4th Terran gun of the year, and the Terran guns are always a delight to shoot, in my opinion. They are a mixture of everything I like about guns. They are fast, they're accurate, and they are movie cool, which I really appreciate. Now, this one is a different version than what he normally does. This is more of a carry slash combat version, I guess, like less competition and more for actually duty home defense use. And I think it still doesn't lose its ability to go fast as shit, which I really like. Now, as I mentioned on the features before, but I'll go over them again, the slide cuts were very effective. The island barrel, although I'm not sure if it's effective or not, the system works really, really well because honestly, it shoots great. One downside to the island barrel that I didn't experience too much of on this shoot is usually I burn myself like crazy when I wrap my hand over, and there's actually a little space here which I kept grabbing, but it does make me a little nervous because it puts the web of my little baby hand right next to the chamber. However, I didn't catch myself on this one, but it is possible. Now, the RMR mount is very cool, and the RMR HD is one of my favorites, so that was a great sighting system for this. The trigger on the gun is a sort of curved but mostly flat face medium trigger, which I think works for pretty much everybody. I did check this on my trigger scale, and it was 2 pounds 8 ounces, which is very light but not super like Atlas light, so it's going to be a good mix or middle of the road in my opinion. Now I know a lot of people say they want heavier triggers for defense, and you can do that if you want, but I like the same trigger in all of my guns. I like it light and fast, and that's just the way I like it. Now with this gun, you get a minimalistic beaver tail safety, which is probably the only thing I don't really like about the Terran guns. I actually prefer a larger memory pad safety on most of my guns. However, the way Terran does it, I haven't had any issues with the gun not going off, even with my grip where I ride the safety, so it hasn't been a problem. Large beaver tail on the back, tons of texture on the mainspring, and then tons of texture on the new grip module, as well as a beveled magwell, making reloads very, very easy. The undercut of the trigger didn't get me at all, felt great while shooting, and considering this is the first time I've shot in over a month, I literally haven't touched a gun in a month because my wife and I just got back from Europe, which we'll have several videos on here shortly. I felt like I shot pretty well. I thought I was going to suck, I thought I was going to be super rusty, and it kind of fell back right into the mold about 100 rounds in. Now, as far as the actual reliability of the gun, we shot 3 different types of ammunition today. We shot my competition loads, which are a little bit lighter. We shot Blazer brass, and then we also shot Federal 115 grain. All 3 of those ammunitions worked extremely well. I think we shot about 400 rounds today, and we had 0 reliability issues, along with the rounds that Bub shot before this. I always think that's so funny, because you have these Glock guys come on and be like, oh, I can't have a 2011 because they're unreliable. Maybe 10 years ago they were, but these days they really have the double stack 1911 zeroed in, especially if you get it from a quality company. And I'm not saying Terran's the only company. You can get Staccato, the Watchtower Apache. We shot like 1,500 rounds through. It was super reliable. I think we have 1,000 rounds through maybe 6 or 7 Atlases. They're all very reliable. So double stack 1911s are very reliable these days. Now the Terran ones, we've had very few malfunctions, if any. And that's really, really impressive considering the speed you get and considering that the trigger you get. The trigger on this is so light and so easy to shoot that it takes a lot of the error out of actual shooting it, and it allows me to, even being rusty, to do multiple mag dumps at 50 yards plus and not have any issues. Very accurate, very reliable, and very, very fast, which is what you would want in a gun like this. The last thing it is obviously movie cool. I'm a huge John Wick guy. I obviously started my channel with a lot of John Wick videos, and I just like the franchise, and I'm a big fan of Keanu as an actor, and at least he seems like a decent person, unlike most of Hollywood, so I like watching his movies. Now, it's got the speed, it's got the accuracy, it's got the movie coolness. What is the downside of something like this? Well, I think you guys know. The downside is obviously going to be price. And in this case, I don't actually know how much it is. I think this is the first gun he's ever sent out, and we don't actually have the specs on it yet, and I'm not even sure it's for sale yet. But yeah, I bet it's expensive, because the Sand Viper is around 8,000. And even the Combat Master from John Wick 3 is still 7,500. I saw one for sale yesterday. So I imagine this is going to be over $7,000. Now, overall, it was a killer gun. I know it's unobtainable for a lot of you guys, but sometimes I got to shoot fun guns, and this was a fun blast. It was a great time to come back to the range, and after being gone for a long time and probably taking the longest time off I have in shooting maybe my entire life, it's nice to be back at dumping mags for you. Now, if you want a little preview of what we have later this month, I actually have a bunch of new releases piled up. We're going to be having the new CZP-10 comp for you guys. A lot of people requested that, as well as the new Kimber releases and a few other cool things like the Bodyguard 2.0 coming as well. So stay tuned, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.